Crabs in a bucket, or crab mentality, is basically a train of thought, which means if I can't have it, neither can you. The metaphor refers to a bucket of live crabs, some of which could easily escape, but the other crabs pull them back down to prevent any from getting out, ensuring the group's collective demise. The analogy in human behavior is claimed to be that members of a group will attempt to reduce the self-confidence of any member who achieves success beyond the others out of envy, spite, conspiracy, or competitive feelings to halt their progress. I really don't even know who even thinks it's a good idea to go buy a dress or to even get a new tie for the Emmys and the Golden Globes, because your boy Donald Glover is sweeping it all up. I swear to God, this show is going to win every single thing. Last season was not a quarter as deep and as good as this season was. And I personally think that the first season was incredible. So, do you feel what I'm trying to say about season 2 of Atlanta? That was so incredible. And y'all know that I like to take my time and explain this stuff. So if my outfit changes because I've got to sleep on this tomorrow, that is why. For real. Oh my God, so much happened. It was incredible. Whew, doggy. First of all, there was something happening with Ern the whole episode where he was getting a little bit of encouragement and a little of motivation and a little bit of hope, you know, from his lost, stubborn Lyft driver and her beautiful voice singing some gospel. He's already a little nervous. And even though he was like in a rush to get where he was going, she brought him a piece of comfort through her voice, through her blessing. Do you feel me? And then they go up there, not even on good terms right now. Van and Ern, we've been seeing Ern has been posting pictures on Instagram with some other chick, whatever. And you know what happened in the episode Helen, where Van and Ern basically, they just got into it, and she was like, yo, I'm trying to be with somebody, I'm trying to start something. And he was like, I'm kind of happy how it is. And that is basically, they are parents, they have a baby together, and they sleep together every so often, but don't talk. Like, I'm being real, that's basically their status. And maybe Ern going with her to Fashionat that they went to in the episode Helen is because her peoples were going to be there, and she was trying to project that they were doing good, you know? Just like at Juneteenth. So they went up there to have a parent-teacher conference with their little girl's pre-K teacher, a glorified daycare worker. Blocks, shapes, coloring, cutting, tying shoes, zipping up jackets. You feel me? She was like, yo, your little girl is bright. She is gifted. And y'all need to get her out of here. And that's crazy. That's crazy, yo. That's a big deal. Like, seeing something that extraordinary that young. And so many feelings. Like, I love the moment where they were outside by the car, and because Van is Lottie's mother, she has that interaction and that relationship and that depth with Lottie. And she was like, I always knew she was going to be smart. I already kind of knew that she was like advanced. And she was like, because you're smart, boo. Oh my God, that was such a sweet moment. But rewind back to when they were up there at the teachers' conference. They were expecting bad news. And she said, this is a good school for basic average kids, but your little girl is not average. And if y'all don't get her out of this school that has no funding, this school that ain't got no quality educators, all that, you're gonna regret it. Like, life path for baby Lottie. They were trying to play it cool, you know, when she was saying all that stuff. But you could see and you could feel that they were just like busting at the seams. Like they were so proud, yo. And I felt it. That's why Donald Glover is so incredible, yo. How he can make you bond with a character and then you feel like you're accomplished too. Like in that moment, like I was like listening to her bragging on my Lottie just because I love these characters so much, you know? And like in the episode The Woods at the beginning where he was talking with that girl Sierra, wink, and his song came on the radio, Paperboy, I was so hyped. Like, hey, it was just dope. Like the pride, it's an incredible feeling. You really have a talent when you can put emotion onto somebody that you don't know. And he's like inspiring that, yo. He is extraordinary, y'all. Anyways, the Van and Ern situation. It was a beautiful moment that they had getting that compliment and that positivity on their child's life. And she was like, yo, that sounds incredible and we want to do that, but is there a cheaper option? Are there any books? Are there any computer? Like, what can I get at my crib to help her ahead? And basically that woman was like, yo, if you can't get her into that school, which you absolutely have to, y'all better stay together as a family unit. She needs that. She needs that stability. She needs that consistency. And it is incredible to think that Donald Glover was bold enough to put that, having a stable family and stable people in your life mean. Yo, he's incredible. He is incredible. After they had that confirmation that, yo, we gotta be together. We have to be a part of each other's lives to do right by our baby. He knew that he was on a time crunch to go fix Darius's screw up, to go make sure everybody wasn't still laying on the couch, chilling, and the stuff had been packed. As a manager, making sure his cousin that is already pissed at him and he's trying to do whatever he can, go whatever extra distance and be absolutely perfect because he does not want to be fired by his cousin Al. In this moment, this incredible thing happens for his life. Where they're like, yo, your baby is blessed, yo. We got to get it popping. We got to make these moves early. He had to go handle business. He had to. Because what was the issue at the root of the Lottie problem? Not having money to give her what she needs and what she deserves and what she has to have. So if I have to be away from you and go to Europe and do whatever I gotta do to make that happen, even though it sucks that I can't be here with you, I gotta go make these moves. It was hard. That was a hard moment. And Ern knows the last time they were together, he was acting stupid at her little Fashnacht party. And he was like, yo, I don't want to be with you consistently. I don't want a relationship with you. Let's just keep it on and off like it's been. Okay, no. What's crazy is I feel like we know the least about Ern's character than everybody else on the show. You know, we got a little glimpse into him last week, but that's where his strength comes from. Do you understand his, I can't stop, I gotta keep fighting? Even though he does it in a weird way, yo. He's strong, man. But they need that money. And it was a beautiful moment. Could potentially bring them back together, Van and Ern. And he had to go. And she knew it, and he knew it. Everything was felt, but nothing was said. They felt it, and we, the viewer, felt it, and they said nothing about it. That is incredible writing and an incredible episode. Whew. That was the first scene, y'all. I'm about to be talking all night. They went to a lawyer. He was black, and the building was nice. The place was dope. He looked nice. And he had only... They feel like they need a lawyer, of course, for the tour. But any other legal troubles that they might run into, they need somebody that's going to be able to fight and handle it and be in their corner. My original thought was because of everything that happened up in Statesboro, where they had all that crap that happened up at the college. He was being boastful, the potential band lawyer, and he was being arrogant, you know. He was talking about, we do a few other Atlanta rappers and like Real Housewives of Atlanta or something like that. No, Alfred is the type of dude that might have some situations happen that he really needs somebody smart behind him. Not no Beverly Hills, riding in Lincolns, town cars, blah, blah, blah type situations. Alfred was basically like, I need a Jewish lawyer. But what's crazy is the coincidence. Darius's passport was dumb expired. And Darius was like, yo, I know some people that'll do it the same day. And they went, and it was like a Orthodox Jew law clinic or law firm or something. He was saying some stuff like, basically what they're doing was legal, but they had a hustle to it. And I don't understand it, so I can't speak on it as far as like the depth of Jewish people being lawyers or attorneys or anything like that. But sounds interesting. The dude, like working the clerk or whatever, he could read everything that was going on. He was like, oh, I'm guessing y'all are an entourage of a rapper or something, right? And he was like, Paperboy. He was like, oh, I know Paperboy, da-da-da-da-da. This Orthodox Jew kid with the yarmulke on and the curls and all that. And he was like, yo, my cousin or my uncle. No, he said my cousin. But he was like, yo, my cousin is a really good lawyer. And he works in that industry, man. And he knows what it is. And Ern said, do you know of somebody as good as your cousin that's black? And another incredible moment happened. Maybe it was just how I interpreted it. I'm not sure if it's what Donald Glover was trying to say when he wrote it. In the situation of him talking, it kind of didn't even come as offensive racism when he was like, yo, you can't even front. It's like, it's the culture, like deep down into our way of living, that I can get the connects that a black lawyer can't get, and you'll be better for it. That was loaded and insane to say, but that's what I got from it. And it sucks, but sometimes it is what it is, yo. This is the world that we live in. I'm sure he got his info because it was sounding really, really good. And I was so hyped for Ern in that moment. And I was like, yo, this is going to be the turning point. Him getting him a really, really dope lawyer. Went back to Alfred's crib, and the truck was just open up in front of the crib. And there were still a whole bunch of boxes. There were kids sitting on the coffee table playing video games. The movers weren't there. They came back with some food. They're about to sit down and eat. And I feel like as a manager, the word manager, you know, you got to keep people managed. You got to keep them in line. You got to handle the books. You got to handle the time. All that. That would have been another good thing that he could have did in the eyes of Alfred, just in the name of his management maturity, his management advancement. He should have been like, yo, if y'all don't get the job done in the time that I told y'all to get it done, y'all ain't getting paid. But he was like, oh, I'll give you some more money. I wasn't feeling that. I wasn't. Another thing that I skipped over, which I'm definitely going to have to watch back, is the moment that Ern legit on some life type stuff was like, yo, Darius, my life is falling apart. And he knows. We're characters looking in on a relationship, you know? We're looking like this. But in the world of Atlanta, in the world of Alfred, Ern, Darius, you know they've bonded. You know they've been through a lot. You know they've seen a lot, you know? He really respected. He knows that there is a depth, something special about Darius. And Darius encouraged him. It was beautiful. It was incredible. And everybody was just reiterating the strength, the knowledge, the intelligence, the potential that Ern has, you know? And again, him being affirmed, him being encouraged, him being uplifted. If I forgot to mention the preschool teacher humming, she was like humming London Bridge is Falling Down or something like that, but still that motherly, soothing, calming, comforting humming that was a theme in the very beginning of the episode. They were all preparing to go, and there were a few unfinished boxes at Alfred's apartment or of Ern's stuff, whatever, and the gold gun popped up. And Ern put it in his backpack and was like, yo, I'll make sure to get rid of it. Ern was like, throw it into the ocean. But he just threw it in his bag, and he was like, yo, I'll figure something out while I'm out running these errands. So much happened in that day. He totally forgot the gun was in his backpack. They got all the stuff packed. They made it to the airport. they met up with Clark County and Lucas, and they're about to go through the metal detectors and stuff. And this chick is like, please empty your bags, turn out your pockets, take off your shoes, no liquid containers, all this. And it's cool. We're just going through. Ern opens up his bag and sees the gun that he forgot to get rid of during his crazy day. And I literally thought, I freaked out. I apologize if I got loud, but I literally thought like they weren't going to make it to Europe. I thought that another stupid, careless thing with Ern was legit going to cancel Christmas, so to speak. But it was gangster, kind of fate, but it's cool. Do what you got to do situation. I mean, what on the low, what else could he do? He couldn't be like, I decided I'm not going to go to Europe, or like, what could he do? What could he do? He put the gun into the tub next to him. And I'm guessing he thought it was Clark County's. And then they walked off. They just got on the plane. Basically, he was leaving Clark County to the wolves, though. I've got to go on this European tour, but this will slow down Clark County a little bit. It's not like we need it. And that's another thing that they left us to assume, that Clark County is headlining this tour. You remember at the very beginning of the episode, Paperboy was like, I should be headlining this tour. And he was like, I know. You should be. And if Clark County's going with a manager like Lucas, it left us again. Donald's writing led us, he confirmed with us that Clark County is probably headlining the tour. Clark County, they're sitting on the plane. Ern, Darius, Al. Not in that order. But he was like, yo. And he was saying it in such a hushed voice, you know? Not showing emotion, but speaking with such bold words, you know? It's funny because in a past reaction video, I said something about this and I took it out. I took it out of the video because sometimes I want to say stuff, but I get so attacked in the comments, like it's not even worth it sometimes. And this is my channel, you know, so I should say whatever I want with no fear of how y'all will retaliate, but it's annoying. It's frustrating. It's discouraging. But who cares? There is a level of this show that I cannot completely empathize with. I see it, and it's another layer within Black culture, or maybe all culture of men, that y'all can't let your guard down emotionally, that y'all can't like really hug it out and hold hands and be like, yo, I know times are hard right now, but you're going to get through it. You're going to do so good. Like, they can't show emotion like that. Why? Why? As a woman, why? You know? They were a seat apart. And Al, it was beautiful because in last week's episode, if y'all watch my reaction video, I threw in a little clip of Al talking some real stuff to Ern back in Moneybag Shouty in like episode 2, episode 3 of this season, and was like, yo, because you are Black, the same doors are not going to be opened for you. You have to fight. You have to continue to make moves, you know? And even in the conversation that Alfred had with Ern saying, I'm about to be done with you as a manager, in the episode North of the Border when they're with the Confederate flag and the frat or whatever. He was like, I know you got to make money. I know you got to take care of Lottie. I need money. All of us, you know? But I need to make my next step my best step. And then last week's episode, FUBU, little Al was encouraging and coaching his cousin, you know? You just said, like, you got to be strong. You got to stick by what you say. You got to mean it. You can't let them see you, you know? Like, basically, little Al was going through all of the lockers, and little Ern ran up to him and was like, yo, I think my shirt is fake. I don't know what to do. And he was basically like, yo, you just be strong. You don't trip over them. Like, you gotta fake it till you make it. That's the same thing he was saying in the strip club. You gotta be about it. And it was just a beautiful moment because he said, I love you on the plane. He was like, yo, I love you. And I know that there is greatness in you. You are my family. I hardly ain't got no more family. Like, and we know, again, Donald is a writer. We felt that so much because we just endured the episode The Woods, you know? We just saw everything that Alfred just went through, and we know that he lost his mother, and it is basically like Ern is the only person he's got. You know, he's got Darius, but we're talking family. And he was like, we're going to make it. We're going to stick this out, and we're going to do it. But you need to get it together. If he wasn't already sold on the decision for the Jewish lawyer, oh, I definitely, that's what's going on in Ern's head. Oh, I definitely got to get this lawyer pop. We got to make these moves, you know? But then again, the love, the encouraging, monotone, hush-mouth words that Alfred whispered to Ern on that plane was beautiful. It was so beautiful. After he said all of that to Ern, what did Ern do? He was just like he couldn't even acknowledge Al. I mean, like, I don't get it. Like, male culture, you understand? Like, maybe black male culture. Like, why did that have to be so secret, you know? But then again, I mean, if something happens, if you have a moment, I understand. Like, it was some private things to say in a awkward moment, you know, people loading on the plane. I understand that. But it was just like, yo, you doing your thing. And you my cousin, and I love you. Like, it was just weird. It was interesting. Very interesting, chaotic, but future on the horizon type spot to do that. Like a crossroads, if you will. I really, really enjoyed the episode. I also felt that the words that Alfred said, like, let's do this, let's tear this tour up or whatever to Darius, that was kind of like a vocal, and I'm sure Darius heard the back and forth and knew that they were having a talk or whatever, but it was also through the incredible writing of Donald Glover that we kind of felt all three of them united in that moment, like on one accord to just be a team and stick it out and handle it. And he was just like, yo, let's go make these moves. Let's go do this tour. And that's all he said to Darius. And Darius was like, yeah, let's get it. And it was just a beautiful moment. And I love that. I love that. Clark County walks up. Paperboy's like, yo, come here, Clark. What's going on? And he was like, yo, Lucas isn't coming. And he had something in his bag. And Darius was like, oh yeah, even screwdrivers will go off. But maybe Darius didn't know, yo. Darius is so on some new stuff that he's not even paying attention to some stuff that happens. And I swear to God, you guys, pray this prayer with me. We see how incredible Donald Glover is. Like, his mind is out of this world. He is so creative. Please let Darius be like a time traveler or like a wizard or a spirit or something. That would be so dope, and I can totally see him doing it. The very first episode, he was like, oh, this is deja vu. And he said, dog with a tiger patch or Texas-shaped patch. For real. I'm not playing, yo. Don't sleep on that theory. Don't sleep on that theory. And I swear to God, it might be out there, but I totally just came up with that right now. SierraDeeTv, holla at your girl.
Man, hold on, man. I'm getting crazy deja vu right now. Okay, where's the dog with the Texas on him? Oh, there he is. That's a trip, man.
Yo, what your man on?
Yo, worry about this mirror, man.
Just get another mirror. You paperboy.
Wait. So weird.
But he was like, no, it wasn't like a screwdriver. It was like a hammer. And he was like, it was gold too, and shiny. He was like, I wish that was my gun or my piece. When he hears Clark County say the gold gun, he puts two and two together of what's happening right now. But in the same moment, it was Ern making a move to handle his business, to make sure everything went smooth with this getting on the plane and getting to Europe to tear this tour up, that he skint somebody else, threw him under the bus. And it was just like, it was like an acknowledgement to the potential badness of your boy Ern. And he was like, I wish I had a gun like that. And it was like, that's Ern's gun because Ern is cool. And at the end of the episode, this episode was so loaded and there was so much going on. I totally forgot about Tracy. Did anybody else forget about Tracy? If y'all were thinking like, where is Tracy and stuff, please tell me in the comments down below, because I didn't think about that dude one time until I saw him try to bring some honey over to Alfred's apartment. That was hilarious, yo. That was so funny. I wonder if that means he's off the show. I mean, we ain't gonna see him for a while until this European tour is done. I really, really hope that we get to see his tour though. That would be dope. It made me think of Aziz Ansari's show on Netflix, Master of None. They spent half of it in Italy, and it was so unique and so well filmed and directed. It was just really dope, and I loved it. And I think that would be an incredible thing to do with this show, to take it to a whole nother level. Because I mean, we see that he's doing like a theme for every season. So it was Robbin's season, and again in that moment where they were on that couch out in the courtyard at Alfred's apartment complex, it was fall, but it wasn't fall because they just had like New Year's Eve and stuff. I don't know, man. Spring, whatever, but those leaves were golden, so I don't know. It definitely, to me, represented a new season, a new leaf being turned. I think that Donald Glover is such a profound mind, and he is doing things right now. I posted a reaction to This Is America, like on Saturday night, like a couple hours after he posted it. And I woke up the next morning and I had more views on that video than I've ever had in a video, period. Like my Game of Thrones videos, my Walking Dead season finales and crazy stuff happening episodes, the Game of Thrones with the dragons episodes. This Is America, that video when I woke up the next morning had more views than anything else on my channel ever. And it's almost like Donald came from YouTube, you know, if y'all don't know. When he was in college, he had a sketch show group, and basically they were some of the first viral sensations on YouTube back in like 2006. He was some of the first stuff to go viral, like really goofy videos on YouTube. And it's crazy because like every person that is putting out a reaction video to This Is America, they, no matter how whack the reaction is, and a lot of them are trash, they are in the 75,000s of views. Everybody is eating off of Donald Glover right now in the YouTube world. And any news outlet, I'm guessing, it's like a harvest. You feel me? Like, he put out a product and we're reaping it up, you know, and I thank him for it. It's dope, and I'm so excited. Until I see you guys next year, in October, he will be performing at Austin City Limits, and so will Paul McCartney, one of the Beatles. And then I will be going to Walker's Soccer in Atlanta at the end of October, which I'm super hyped about. And Childish Gambino performs here in Texas, and he performs in New Zealand. He is doing a performance in New Zealand, and he's gonna play like half of his brand new album that's coming out. And it's like a spiritual experience, literally like in a field in New Zealand. He released like half of the Awaken My Love album that way out at Joshua Tree last year. Well, a couple years back. But this is like his last album. So this is like the last opportunity to go on this experience with Donald Glover, and I really want to. But that would literally be me seeing him 3 times before the end of the year. That's crazy. I will definitely be posting like a review video of the Emmys and of the Oscars and of the Grammys, because he is going to win up everything for this song, everything for this show. Like, don't show up. Just, y'all don't show up. Just be like, we just decided we'd stay home because we know Donald Glover is going to win every category, even if he wasn't in it. They're just going to be like, Donald Glover! He's incredible. And I'm so glad that the world is finally realizing it. He's incredible. Teddy Perkins, Tracy's Finger Waves, The Bum in the Woods, Deer Guts. It was Van talking German, taking selfies with a cardboard Drake. What else happened? I said Teddy Perkins. We could say that twice. Teddy Perkins. But what's dope is I see Donald Glover, that episode. There's going to be one time where in the category, Donald Glover is going to be up against himself like 3 times. And then it's going to be like, what other shows are big right now? Big Bang Theory or something? I don't know. But there's going to be a moment where he's up against himself like 3 times. It's going to be like The Woods, Teddy Perkins, Crabs in a Barrel versus blah. Hey, what's going on, y'all? I told you I would have to sit on this episode and think about it a little while longer. I'm actually editing the video right now, and there was just a few things that I didn't say. They're not like crazy deep or anything, but this is the last time I get to say this. In the name of Robbin season. Somebody must have got robbed in this episode, and it's deep, man. We could say that Tracy got robbed out of an opportunity to go overseas. But I mean, he was out on parole, I think, so it's not like he'd be able to, and he was on probation, so he probably wouldn't be able to leave the country anyway. Lucas got robbed out of an opportunity and a situation. That's really all I have as far as who got robbed, but I don't think that anybody literally got robbed that I can think of. What situation was robbed? We're going to be optimistic. We're not going to say that Lottie got robbed out of an opportunity or anything, because the whole point of Earn leaving with Paperboy on tour is to make money to do right by his family. So who knows, maybe Van got robbed from an opportunity in that exact moment to unite and really, really make it work with Earn, you know? But another thing, Earn had the backpack with him with a gun in it the whole episode. And I'm trying to think about the timeline of the show. Basically, Lottie and Earn went to meet up with that potential lawyer. Lottie and Earn got the moving truck, drove the moving truck back over to Paperboy's apartment, and then Lottie and Earn went to the parent-teacher conference. So he had the gun on him at the parent-teacher conference. He had the gun on him in the Jewish passport place, and that's crazy. It's crazy to think, but I mean, nothing really happened. Big thing that I didn't realize, of course, Earn had to get rid of the gun. Do you think that he intentionally put it in Clark County's bin? So not only would he get rid of the gun, but Clark County would not be able to go with them on tour, thus making Paperboy the headliner. Killing two birds with one stone is what you call that. But keep this. Clark County saw the gun, and he chose to move quickly, play innocent, because we already know what's going on, and put it in Lucas's tub. So do you think that Clark County is potentially going to be a problem next season? Because does he know that Earn put it in his bag? What do you think happened there? Please tell me in the comments down below what you think about that. That just makes the world that they live in, it just makes it so much more dog eat dog. Ain't nobody thinking about nobody, you know? Everybody's looking out for themselves. And also another thing that I didn't think about was that was the second time that we've seen them out on that couch. It's the first, I believe it's the first time that we've seen them out on the couch since season 1. When we saw them out on the couch in season 1, Alfred and Darius were smoking, and they asked Earn if he wanted to smoke, and he was like, no, this is business. Just trying to show I'm serious. I'll be a good manager for you. You know, this isn't no chill time. I'm not about to get high and try to get this stuff done, which was an attempt to impress Alfred at his managerial potential. And then again, we've seen Earn smoking quite a bit. You know, I thought that was something we got out of the way. I thought that we were done with that. I thought he was just a smoker that could function. He got offered weed again by Darius in this season finale, and he was like, "No, I'm cool." And it's funny because when I was watching it at first, I was like, yeah, he probably doesn't want to fly high or something like that. But I feel like it was a callback to the very, very first episode. If there's anything I missed, if there's anything you would like to add, please put it in the comments down below. It has been an honor and a privilege to react to this incredible show and to watch it along with you all season. If you enjoyed this review, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys on the next one.